All right, Spreading the Floor, episode 58. Guys, it's been an incredibly long layoff. I think it's been, I'll check up here, but I'm most likely certain that it's probably been somewhere in the ballpark of maybe a year now since we've done the last one, and that was with Nigel. We're here with Danny. Danny, you were on for, dude, what episode was that? Was that episode 30?
I don't remember the exact episode number per se, but hi guys, by the way, I'm Danny. Yeah. I don't remember the exact episode number, but I believe I remember we were talking about Russel Westbrook. So it was before he was traded.
But he was still pretty ass back then too.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was just starting to become ass. Yeah. He wasn't good back then either. That was for sure.
I don't know if he was still on the Wizards at that point because I remember Nigel and I think we were discussing it what would happen if you threw him on the Knicks. I thought
that was a bad idea, and I still think that's a bad idea.
I think it'd be fun because Russ would be the go-to guy.
Yeah,
I mean, would the Knicks do it? No,
might be a harsh comparison, but that'd be like shooting up heroin beside a dumpster. You know what I'm saying? It's fun for the moment.
Yeah,
but long term, it has consequences.
Yeah, I mean, actually, his trade value might be so low at this point that you might be able to get him for maybe like something cheap because he's on such a big contract.
Yeah, dude. And it's sad because, and I know I just shit talked him. I really did. Like I sat on this podcast and said that he's absolutely terrible. I should actually extend an olive branch. I think, were we having this conversation the other day, or was it a conversation I was having? No, it was a conversation I was having with someone at work. I think Russ is definitely underappreciated. I don't think he's been playing great, but I think that the media and the fans play a heavy part in that.
I'll let you go.
I was going to say, like with the Danny Green situation and the Paul George situation, a lot of people, and dude, those same people are sending Russell Westbrook death threats now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a similar situation to me, where I think it comes down to is do I think he's in a slump? I'm not sure. All I know is that the negativity surrounding him at the moment. I don't know if you saw the videos, him chirping back and forth with the fans. I mean that really can't help. But the truth is, like as you said, yeah, his trade value's probably gone down the toilet, and right now he's just. Whew. I mean, I remember I turned on a Lakers game. Maybe they were playing the Suns, and the first possession, Russ gets the ball, gets stripped, picks it back up, tries to drive in, gets stripped again. And it's just like, and maybe it's more indicative of the team, but just messy to watch, man.
I don't know. I mean, I'm at the point where, like, I feel bad for him. Because, like,
I do, yeah.
Because obviously, like, you can criticize a basketball player or whatever. You can criticize him for not playing great. But, like, it's so sad because, like, you could tell, like, it's not like he's not trying. It's not like, because I feel like there's a difference between someone playing, like, garbage when they're not trying. Like, they're just kind of just going through the motions or whatever. But Russ, like, puts everything into every possession. Like, he's going 100% at all times. And, like, it's just sad to kind of see him, like, just kind of like this. And, like, I don't know.
I wonder what it is. Is it schematically it's not working? Is it, like I said, like I mentioned, all the negativity around him? Because the guy I was talking to, he brought up a good point that, on Oklahoma City, like Russ was kind of the go-to guy. I'd say even when Kevin Durant and obviously like Kevin Durant's a much better basketball player than Russ, but at the time, I think it's fair to say that was Russ's team.
I would say. And I'd still say it was Kevin's team. I'd still say it was Durant's team. I mean, Durant was an MVP when he was there, and I feel like Durant, like Russ. I feel like the difference between Durant and Russ is that you can throw Kevin Durant into any offense,
situation, he'll be all right.
Any situation, he'll be all right. He'll get like 25, 27 on like 55% shooting because it's Kevin freaking Durant. But with Russ, he needs the ball in his hands.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it was less so about the skill level of both players. I think it was more so the fact that, and this is kind of the point I was trying to make, is back when he was on Oklahoma, Russ was that exciting guy to watch. And like that's what we started off this. We capped off this segment by saying Russ is a very explosive, fun to watch, athletic player. I just think it comes down now to definitely the negativity that he's facing, and I don't know, the fact that maybe we can explore the possibility that he comes off the bench. Maybe I don't know about the pressure of him starting, what type of pressure LeBron's putting on him. AD's out, so I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if he'll accept the role off the bench. I don't think he's at that point in his career. And I also think, I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously the team's garbage, but like, I feel like being in Los Angeles, and not even just because like the Lakers are bad, but just being on a team with LeBron, having it magnified on you, playing bad, and then like Russ isn't that type of guy that's just gonna take it. He's gonna give it back to you. He's gonna talk back.
Right.
And I feel like it just makes it. He needs to get out. He needs to get out of there for his own sake. I think, and I'm sure he will. I don't think he's gonna play there. I think it's obvious he won't play there next year.
He's averaging better number. He was, averaging better numbers than he was he was averaging better numbers on the Rockets than he is now. Correct? Or am I talking out of my ass?
No, you're right. Russ put up like 27 a game on the Rockets.
I agree. I think it's much more so. Perhaps Westbrook's more of a like the correct spotlight needs to be on him type of guy. You know?
Yeah. I don't think it needs to be on. I feel like.
Well, listen, like what I'm trying to say is I'm doing a bad job of explaining it. Whenever people talk about Westbrook, I think he thrives, as I'd say any player does. You could, again, draw comparisons back to that Paul George situation. I think he just does better when there's much more positive reinforcement. That's also another mark against him going to New York. For me personally, is imagine if he was doing this in New York.
Oh my! The Knicks. They think Randall has it bad. Oh my!
Yeah,
God.
the Knicks fans and the media would be all over that. Stephen A. Smith would be having an aneurysm every other day on First Take. I don't know. It's just weird to me because it seems like almost like an imposter is taking over.
Do you want to hear another nightmare situation? Imagine that man at Philly.
Oh God, dude.
Oh my! I could just like he needs. I feel like he needs to be in a small market. Like he needs to like throw him in like I'm not saying Portland because I'm saying like throw him in like a situation like Portland, like Oklahoma City that he was in,
right? Or
maybe like a Cleveland or whatever. Like obviously not those teams specifically, but like a smaller market team where the spotlight's not as much on him. Like last year in Washington, for example, like he's if you're looking at
he was on Washington. He was in the Rockets and he was on Washington. Washington, he started to play well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he played okay. They got to the playoffs. Him and Beal were it was like a fun little thing. But like the spot like Washington, I mean, it's like not a huge market, so like they're not gonna have the attention on Russ all the time. So like Russ can just do his Russ thing, and then like he can like still like he won't get like assassinated by these fans like verbally. It's ugly.
And that's my biggest problem with NBA fans is it seems like, I don't know if this is a recent thing because I'm no NBA historian, so I can't think back to the times of an MJ or like a Wilt, you know, where guys, I don't know how harshly they were criticized, but I think it has a lot to do, fair assessment, I think it has a lot to do with social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. And
maybe the criticism, I don't mean to cut you off, my fault, Danny. Maybe the criticisms were loud back then, but you didn't have that web of interconnectivity to be like, hey, you know, literally one guy can tweet how Russ is. I've seen several House of Highlights posts, Bleacher Report posts about how like Russell Westbrook is playing like ass. And you see many people down in the comments, the Lakers should trade him, the Lakers should trade him. And if anyone thinks that Russell Westbrook doesn't see those things, I mean,
he definitely does.
Ridiculous.
And like, I don't know, because I mean, we weren't around back in the 80s. None of us, we weren't even a thought then.
No, we weren't even born.
Yes.
Not even thought about.
Never even considered. But we'll never really know. But like, I feel like that logically it makes sense because if something, let's say that Russell Westbrook, I hate to use Russell. I'll use a different player because I don't want to drag on. Let's say Kyrie, he also gets dragged on.
He does get dragged on a lot.
Who's someone that doesn't get, okay, let's say like.
Maybe Damian Lillard's looked on pretty favorably, right?
He just doesn't run from the grind. That's a whole different story.
He doesn't run for
I love Dave though. Dave's my guy.
He's fantastic. I just saw a fantastic Jaylen Brown step back to get the Boston Celtics their first 3-point.
We have it on there?
We do have it on in the game.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let me know how that's going. I got my bracket. I got my bracket going.
Your bracket hangs in the balance here,
yes,
huh?
it's not for the NBA game, but like I'm saying.
I know, for March Madness. March Madness.
March Madness. I got it. Speaking of which, I guess going back to my original point, let's say CJ McCollum, for example. He's
a pretty well guy.
No one ever dogs on CJ because he doesn't deserve it. CJ is a great guy. Wisconsin, you gotta get your shit together, dude. Come on.
Oh, real quick, I was going to say with the Damian Lillard thing, I saw a very hilarious meme on Instagram, and it was like Damian Lillard after not running from the grind and like staying true to his city, and he retired with like 0 rings, like one rookie of the year, just like all zeros. Yeah, dude. I mean, no, but he's. I agree. Let's use CJ McCollum for an example.
Let's say CJ McCollum, like, let's say he shoots like 5 of like 18 from the field, misses like a bunch of like layups or whatever.
Right.
He just doesn't have it. And let's like, because he's in like a smaller market, or I guess I forget where I was going with this. Like back then,
he's on the Pelicans now, right?
Yeah, he's on the Pelicans now. And like I feel like if Zion comes back, that's gonna work. That's another discussion. But let's say that he does that in like 1995, where there's not really much social media. Like it's gonna take a little bit to like for people to see that. And people aren't going to be able to be like, oh, like it's not going to be on like those highlights or lowlights at that point. Those lowlights aren't going to be on blast, like on House of Highlights, on Sports Center, or any of that.
Are you talking about CJ McCollum's performance in Portland at some points? Or what do you?
This is just a random example.
Okay.
I didn't want to dog on Russ anymore.
No, you're right. We got to give our guy Russ a break. I do feel bad for him. That's why I wanted to start off the segment. I do feel bad for Russ.
I don't like. I'm not a Russ fan. Russ at one point, I didn't like Russ that much at all, but like at this point, I just feel bad for him, and like I want him to do well.
On the flip side of the coin, though, I do feel as though the people that say that you're Russ hating by pointing out the fact that he's had this decline, that's what I take issue with. Because there's actually real people out there that are sending him death threats. I've seen a lot of
that's a problem.
Under those same Russell Westbrook posts and all that different stuff, and how Russell Westbrook, even let's just say like a Bleacher Report post about how he's having a skit, right? I'll see comments under there saying, "Oh, shake my head." You know, these guys go out there, they play, they're all a bunch of Russ haters. I think the difference between a Russ hater is let's label those guys that are sending him death threats, Russ haters, rather than the people. I think you should be able, as a fan, to point out the obvious with stats. And sometimes there's some stuff that stats can't point out. But listen, if the guy's in a slump, and that's what I would categorize Russ as right now. I think he's in a slump. I think you're 100% correct. If he goes to a smaller market, he'd probably have a lot more success. Just because. You play with LeBron, you're gonna. Yeah,
LeBron on the Lakers
with Anthony
Davis with championship aspirations.
Yeah,
like, that's like,
dude, RDC World. RDC World says it best. I'm 36, like Team LeBron on 3. You know what I mean?
I love RDC.
He's awesome. Fantastic. But dude, that's what it is. A slump. I don't think though that if you point out that a player is in a slump, that you should be labeled a hater of that player.
Absolutely. And like the thing is too with the Russ fans specifically, it's such an interesting, like, I'm not even saying the fans, but like the way people view Russell Westbrook, that spectrum is so interesting. There's not many people at all. I guess it's like politics today. There's not many people that are like in the middle, indifferent. And then there's one side that loves him to death, will defend anything that he does. And there's one side where they're sending death threats to the guy, which is unwarranted. And
of course, in any situation, yeah,
exactly.
That's a very interesting point. I've noticed that.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like there's because there's people like Jason Tatum. Like you could feel like he's just Jason Tatum to me. Like I don't love him, don't hate him. He's just a great young NBA player.
I have a what I think is a pretty good question for you. How much do you think of that is Westbrook's polarizing personality? Like remember, think about like vintage OKC Russ, where he what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I'm out, man. Yeah. We can't say that last part.
You cannot say that last
part. Say that last part.
Cannot say that last part. But
we don't want to get out of the way. Yeah. But no, I wonder how much of that is his personality playing into it. Because I remember seeing Reggie Jackson absolutely demolish him, shift him into another dimension. Yeah. And good old Russ is, I didn't fall. I'm still there. You know, so he's always going to, like you perfectly said, he's always going to fight. Yeah. I wonder how much of it is that.
I'd say, I guess, honestly, from my perspective, that was like, I guess when I was a little younger, like I was like 17 or whatever, which is still not that far away. I'm old, not that old. Denying the fact that I'm old.
How old are you?
22.
22?
22.
22?
Taylor Swift. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Wow, I didn't know you were 22.
Yeah, I'm an oldie. Are you 20? You're 21, right?
I'm 19.
You're 19, but your mind is old.
No, dude, I'm 21.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're a year apart,
Yeah,
so I
right.
shouldn't be that surprised. But maybe I pegged you as a 21.
No, I mean, I'm older than like some of the people that graduated last year. I'm older than.
How's that work?
It beats me.
It beats me. I'm just here.
Yeah, just happened. Like, I didn't choose this. It just kind of
Oh
happened.
my god.
Where was I though? Where were we?
We were talking about the difference between, let's just say, levying these criticisms against a Jason Tatum versus a Russell Westbrook.
Russel Westbrook. I'm not even gonna call him Westbrook because like I mean, hey, he doesn't like that, but like, come on,
Dude. Also, like,
it's kind of funny.
I will say this. I'll point out on a podcast if he's doing bad, but if I see him in person, hey man, you're getting out of the slump. You're gonna do fantastic. Hey.
It's so funny because you can say that to anybody. Like I remember there was one time there's this tweet. One of my friends showed me this, or like I forget. I think someone was like I forget who the athlete was, but someone was like dogging him on Twitter, and he's like, "Yo, you wouldn't say it to my face because I beat you up."
He's like, "Absolutely, that's what I'm saying."
Yeah, exactly. You saw it too. Yeah. He's just like, "Fair enough." He's like, "All right, fair enough."
Dude. No, I mean, yeah, you gotta respect I think you gotta respect a fan that knows that. That's my biggest problem. I guess, can we have this conversation? I don't want to be too all over the place. That's my biggest critique of guys. Yeah, you have that Miami. I remember being in Dave & Buster's. Everyone knows that. I'm sure. Not that Miami U fans are.
Shout out to North Ave for
under us. Views from the 6.
Yeah, I mean, I heard like a horn honk, and I was just like, did something crash? Because North Ave has. The week before spring break, we had like 3 different
major
accidents.
crash, yeah. And then there's always the constant ambulance.
Speaking of the devil. I hope everyone's okay, but that's
dude, that's fucking funny, man. No, what was I saying? I have a lot of respect for the sports fan that gives criticism but also understands, like me, because we play a lot of ball together, that I could never play at their level ever. Yeah. I think that's important to understand for all these media guys that love to call out players for not playing good, for all the drunk sports fans that are in there. But it's fun to get impassioned and emboldened and kind of like root for your team. But I think there's a point where you got to understand that you're not anywhere near these athletes.
Absolutely. And like, I feel like a point to that is like, I don't know. Like, it's just, I mean, like, because there's these people, I hate the people that say like, it's not, I guess it's mainly just like athletes or whatever. And like, obviously they have a right to say it, but I just don't like when people say they're like, oh, like, what do you know? You never played. And it's like, well, I did. I just wasn't good. So I decided to talk about it instead. But I watch a lot.
I guess there's both sides of that coin, because there's something to be said for analyzing the game from our perspective,
Exactly. And like, I feel like this is something that I've noticed too. Like, these like superstar, like, I'm not saying they don't know the game, because they obviously know way more than I will ever know, considering they played it at a very high level. They know all these offensive stuff like that, sets that I'll never even think about. But it's funny because like, there's these superstar players that were like Hall of Famers or whatever that go into like coaching roles. And I'll use Jason Kidd as an. I'll use Isaiah Thomas as an example. I think he was a coach.
I mean,
no, he wasn't
shots, but you could use Steve Nash as an
example. I'll use Steve Nash as an example. So Steve Nash. I'm not sure if Isaiah Thomas is a coach or not. So fact check me. I know he did. I know he screwed over the Knicks. I forget what he did, but
Isaiah Thomas. I don't know. I don't think so. But my memory more often than not fails me on this type of stuff.
But I guess I'll use Steve Nash as an example. He's on the hot seat. I'm just gonna flat out say it.
Yeah.
I think he should be fired. But
that wasn't his team from day one. Like, can we be honest here? Like, that wasn't really his team. That was Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Remember the way they were talking about him?
Yeah.
They were like, Steve's at the helm, but like, essentially, in a roundabout way, they said, we're running that offense.
Yeah, exactly. And but I guess my thing is like, you have like a Hall of Fame point guard, 2-time MVP, not a good coach. You get like, look at Doc Rivers. I mean, Doc Rivers, say what you want about him. He's still a great coach. He has the Sixers, like every team that he's on is consistently like good.
Yeah.
Even like, remember that Clippers team like a few years ago? It was like in between Lob City and what they have now, when like it was just Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
And like they pushed the Warriors to 6. They pushed that Kevin Durant Warriors to 6 games. Like Doc Rivers, Steve Kerr, like you got all these like role players. Mm-hmm. And like, that's the first of all, it's not, I hate when people say like a role player is a bad thing. Like, a role player is that's still like,
very important.
It's exactly
in the same way that you can't, and I'll let you finish. In the same way, I think you need stars to win in this league. I think you 100% need role players that know their role.
Absolutely, because if you got a bunch of superstars on a team and they just don't know their role, then like you're not going to win. Like you'll get by based on talent alone, but come playoff time, you're out early.
Perfect example, the Nets.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I feel like I called that on this very podcast here, and it's like, dude, like just because you mash together a bunch of talent doesn't necessarily mean A, that they're all going to get along, B, that they're going to know how to run a joint offense instead of just an individualized offense. Because there were some points, and I'll give them credit. I had to work for an internship. Not had to, but I enjoyed it. But I had to clip up Nets footage. So I got to see a lot of Nets basketball.
Yeah, I remember you were at the outdoor practice.
I was very, very privileged to go be able to see Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie was there, but he wasn't. He was masked up because that was. Yeah. I mean, he's still in that situation, but that was at the beginning of his little.
That's another debate, though.
Yeah, that's a debate and a half that we could have.
Yeah. Was it Fat Harden or Skinny Harden?
It was definitely Fat Harden.
It was Fat Harden.
The TV does not make it like the TV makes a lot of things look bigger. The TV does not make Harden look bigger. He's a shapeshifter.
Wow.
Confirmed.
I don't know how he does it because like is he have like a fat suit on like in the games or like because it's so
that
funny.
Would be hilarious.
It's
right?
so funny. You've seen that. You could probably put that picture up there. The infamous Houston picture. He's in like the blue shooting shirt.
Yeah. That's the one I always think of.
He got man boobs. I'm just like, bro. And then like he gets traded to the Nets and he's like 185. I'm just like, how'd you do that?
He's mystifying. He's got some sort of different power, but I got the chance to see him. Blake Griffin gave us all fist bumps. Really cool guy. Seemed a little bit like tired of us after a while because the guy that was sitting right next to me, shout out to Leo, he was like, Blake. Like he's like a super Blake fan. So he was like a really big Lob City Clippers fan. So he was like, Blake. I want a picture. And finally Blake was like, bow, and then took a picture with him and walked away. But he was really cool about it. And yeah, I got to see all these guys play, but the more I watch it, they had it at some points, but overall, I see a lot of the same. Like their offense didn't really have. It was a one-trick pony type of offense, if I'm honest. It would always be some sort of a Kevin mid-range, screen set up by Blake or someone else, or Bruce. What's his name? Bruce Brown.
Lockdown defense.
Yeah, and he's also a great crashing to the glass. Like he'd be there to pick up the scraps. Of course, Kyrie's going to do what Kyrie does when he's out there, and Harden was facilitating. But I'd watch all these plays, and it was largely the same plays. So, to your point, Danny, like you need these role players so that you can really run a systematic offense.
I will say this though, they were a half a shoe size away from probably winning a championship.
That's also true.
Yeah,
that's also true.
I remember watching the game. I thought that was a 3, and I was just like, oh my goodness, that's it's over, it's done with. And then,
well, can we be honest? How much of that too was just Kevin Durant going crazy?
I mean, that was all.
He put the team on.
He did everything because Kyrie was out, Harden was playing on a bad hammy, and I don't know, like that. I don't know, like, and I felt bad. I didn't feel bad, but like you could just tell Kevin Durant, he gave everything because that last 3-4 stuff, the one that airball, like it's not like he was like, it was like a good, like it wasn't a bad look, but he put everything into that shot and he still was just like short.
Yeah,
and he was just like, I know that feeling.
You be balling on the regular. You be having that feeling.
I don't know. I just lied.
When we play twos, Danny quite literally carries us to the promised land.
I just lied to this camera, right? I just lied right on live air. I do not know the feeling to lose in the playoffs.
Well, you know the feeling to put it all on the line because I guess we could get into this too a little bit. Danny and I played 2-on-2s, and Danny single-handedly, I'll offer myself up here, carries us.
I would not say single-handedly. You're not bad. I mean, I know the videos out there of you. It was a trailer to spread the floor, I believe. I know.
I got really scared for a second. I was like, "What video are we referring to?"
It was the little skit, not the skit.
Yeah, it was a good
skit,
time,
right? Yeah,
it was a spread. We did a couple of those. That was really fun.
That was fun. I filmed that. I filmed that when we were talking about your jump shot.
Dude, you did.
Yeah,
you did, man. Wow. That was how long ago was that, man? That was crazy.
I think that was just last year, right? That was definitely.
No, I don't want to curse too much, but no way that was last year.
I think so. Because I think it was first semester, junior year. what was it? Yeah, I think so. Because you know what?
You go run that back.
I'm gonna. It's
Dude,
on YouTube. It's on YouTube channel, right?
It is. Yeah, I'm struggling with this cap, dude.
There
we go.
One-handed, there you go. Because you got to hold the mic. This mic's heavy. Like it's
mic's heavy.
Dude, I'm weak too.
Think about my mic, bro.
Yeah. You got the
yopper.
You got the big mic.
We're gonna get some handhelds in here next time. I do like this shooting location. I think it's a very scenic.
It is. No.
What?
Wisconsin's losing with 30 seconds left by 7.
There goes your bracket.
Yeah, there goes.
Dude, I love Marcus Smart's haircut.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Oh, that is not Marcus Smart. That is Nikola Jokic.
I don't know anything what I'm talking about when it comes to basketball. Also, shout out to Boogie on the Nuggets.
Yeah, he put up like 30 like a month ago. That was awesome.
I saw a stat on Twitter, because NBA Twitter is the best, that when he's in the game, it was some statistic, and it just showed the amount of impact he has in that squad. And I want to say Boogie Reborn, but I think it's Boogie Downtime in Colorado.
I love DeMarcus Cousins. I have steel shins, and just from defending that guy.
DeMarcus Cousins?
I love DeMarcus Cousins.
From defending?
Defending, because people were slandering the guy.
I thought you meant on the court. I was
no.
When did you play DeMarcus Cousins?
No, DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, I'm not Brittany Griner. I'm not going to call it DeMarcus Cousins. Speaking of which, free Brittany Griner. Get her back to the States. That's ridiculous. I can't believe that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Free Brittany Griner. That wasn't a shot at you. I want you back in the States.
They got her in
Russia. They got
Russia.
Her, yeah, she was. I don't know. I forget exactly what she did.
That was one of the wildest twists in the Russian conflict. Was Brittany fucking Griner? It was like detained by Russian police for having weed in her bag or something.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, they gotta get her back. I think we tried to, but I think they're saying, nah, you're here till May. Free Brittany Griner.
Do you know what's funny? The first thing I thought of when you said Brittany Griner was
Britney Spears.
No, not
Britney
that too.
Spears.
But who's that woman that trapped PJ Washington?
Oh my God!
And then now she went to Deion Sanders' camp to talk to the guys about the dangers of finding a gold digging girl.
Yeah,
it's a Britney, right?
I don't know if it was a Britney, but I can't believe that she did that. That's so messed up.
I see it from both ways. I mean, PJ Washington got to be better than that.
Yeah, PJ's got to be careful, but
that's a dangerous road to go down.
Are you sure it's still on your YouTube channel?
You've been looking around.
I've been looking.
All right, 1 second. Let me see.
Do you remember the title of the video?
It was. I definitely had skit in there. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys should subscribe to that channel. By the way, I'm assuming you are going to be subscried to this.
Yeah, well, this is going up on this channel.
This will be on the channel. So if you're not watching, if you're watching, subscribe. If you're not,
if you have this on in the background, still subscribe.
Yeah, I mean,
let me see. It's on Coop TV, I bet. I got like 3 channels.
Oh yeah, I typed in the Jacob Koopman show with.
Oh well, no, it's not on there.
Is it just Coop TV?
I think it is Coop TV because I just checked on Spreading the Floor and it wasn't there. Where is it?
TV. It's this year's. You have 38,000. This is a different Coop TV. Dare they?
It's a Fugazi Coop TV. They have 38,000.
Yeah, they got 38K.
That's crazy.
What does this guy do?
I guess I don't. Let's not get too off topic here, but where is this? Oh, here it is. Got it. It's a Spreading the Floor commercial. I'll put the link in the description. Spreading the Floor commercial worse than Sean Marion. Just an unnecessary shot at Sean Marion. Necessary.
Hey, what did?
He's a fantastic player.
Sean Marion's a beast. I love Sean Marion.
My shot, unlike Sean's, did not go in.
I will say though. Well, what was the date first of all on it? What was the date?
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to go from the top of the page again. Why is YouTube like this, dude?
Yeah, come on, YouTube.
It is
Wisconsin. You got to get it together. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, keep the audience entertained.
Yeah, Wisconsin is down by 6 with 5 seconds to go.
Or like Wisconsin.
That's 2 Elite 8 teams down the drain. So unfortunate. Yeah, the final score. Freaking Wisconsin. You guys always go far. What happened? So
it's like Green Bay.
Yeah, and
don't ever have enough to make it all the way.
It's always so close.
What is the date on this? Oh God, I must be having a stroke here. It's also hot in here, dude. It's just
It's beautiful. Very nice day out today, though.
Was a very nice day.
We
were hacking some wiffle ball.
We were playing some wiffle ball, and that was.
Why'd I ask you like you weren't there? We were hacking some wiffle balls, right?
Yeah, it was a good time. I was like nervous because like I was playing and like I didn't want to miss the shoot.
Oh no, we were right. Okay, so this was November 6th, 2020.
So yeah, it was that late into the semester. Like we were like wearing because I'm pretty sure it
was. I just remember it being warm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it that warm in November nowadays?
No, it's not. Is that global warming?
I mean, it might be.
Dude, that's like because I just remember it being a nice warm night out.
Yeah.
And you recorded, and we recorded my absolutely. I mean, I definitely muddied up my jump shot for that shoot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess if you put a vid, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna challenge you. Next time we play, we got to get a video of your actual jumper because it has gotten so much better. Like I used to leave him open from anywhere on the court, and now I have to like heavily contest him, and he like will still make like these like crazy mid range shots that like it just works.
It almost works better for me when I'm being contested.
So you're like J.R. Smith.
Pretty much.
J.R. Smith is one of my friends,
without the athleticism.
Yeah. Yes, but J.R. Smith was the best bad shot taker ever because it'd go in and it'd be a good shot because it goes in.
Yeah, or like I remember, obviously, I think you could categorize Kobe as that a little bit. I mean, obviously his IQ for the game is off the charts, but some of the stuff he chucked up, and again that's a good conversation to have because what becomes a good shot and a bad shot when you're just so skilled? Because for Kobe, it's that was routine.
For me, my mentality for determining what's a good shot and a bad shot. If it goes in, it's a good shot. I don't care. I'm Paul George. I love you, Paul George. That is a good shot. If you can make that, you could.
Well, that's Dame range.
It's Dame range, yeah.
And that was kind of before we knew that Dame could be lacing them from that far out.
Yeah, do we have something going on outside or?
I should hope they don't come in here.
I do it live audience. I'm with it.
But that was before we knew that Dame was, or maybe I don't know.
I mean, that game was. Did you watch that? Did you watch that live?
Unfortunately, I'm an OKC fan.
Oh
so
yeah.
I had to.
I'm sorry.
I had to watch him just absolutely, and then, dude, I will say I got a little bit hyped though.
Yeah, like that. Like I remember it was because me and one of my friends we were watching in the Rice Lounge, and for those that don't know Rice Hall,
it's tough out, man.
Tough time. But we were watching it, and it was just like Dame was just going off. He was carrying the whole team, and when he because they didn't call timeout, like Dame went up and was doing the ha, and then like the sidestep.
Yeah.
As soon as that went in, we literally just screamed, like
ran out the room.
Yeah, we did run out the room. Like I ran out the room, ran around the hall, and like I thought I was gonna get written up, and I was just like, it's just a crazy shot. I also got written up. I guess I got a noise complaint when we found out that Melo was back in the league and signed with the Blazers.
Yeah, dude.
We got like way
big
too.
W's.
Yeah, big W. It was big W.
I remember going to a Mets game, and the guy who was performing, it was some artist. I don't remember what his name was, but he literally, after his performance on live television, ripped off a shirt and it said "Free Melo" on his bare chest.
I love it because Melo deserves to be in the league. I mean, I think everyone's a Carmelo fan.
If you watched his,
except for Nugget fans.
Yeah, that's actually pretty hilarious. No, if anyone watched, and I know obviously gym footage that gets put up on Instagram isn't always the best indicator to go off of because of course Ben Simmons in that gym, everyone's a 99 overall, and Ben Simmons can even shoot threes in that thing. So it's like, how much of that do you take with a grain of salt? But for what it was worth, he looked good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
He did.
Another guy to look at would be that I don't understand why he's not in the league is Isaiah Thomas right now.
I think he's got a 10-day. I think he's got
a 10-day.
I think he's got a 10-day.
I know he's floated. He was on the Nuggets for a little bit. He still? Did they give him a 10?
I think he's on. I want to say the Hornets right now.
I was going to say it's almost
because he has been
slanderous if he's not. Yeah.
No, that's the wrong Isaiah Thomas. That's the Hall of Famer. Hold on.
Both pretty short.
He's on the Hornets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the Hornets' backup point guard as of right now.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah.
So
he could build his way up there. What's he averaging right now?
On the Hornets, well, he played one game for Dallas and scored 6. On the year, he's played 11 games, started one of them. He's not shooting well at all, but he's averaging 8 points, which is solid. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Shout out to Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is awesome.
I think just seeing that also video of him being so emotional really got to me.
Yeah, because he's been through so much. He's been through so much.
I do love a good underdog story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I also want to say this too. Going back to we were talking about Ben Simmons in the gym. Ben Simmons, if you're watching this, I'm not gonna. This is not where you think is gonna go. I want you to do this so badly. This first game, when you come back,
Hit a 3 from stupid deep.
well, I was gonna get to that. I was gonna say, okay, opening tip. Let's see. Let's say Nets win the tip. Ben
Right.
Simmons gets the ball. He's like, act like you're calling a play. Remember that LaMelo shot where he pointed at half court and nailed it? Pointed half, hit it with the Paul George, the hold up, and then point at half court, pull sesh, swish. Lethal shooter, just the best shooter in the league.
At home in Brooklyn?
At
Or
home.
do they play Philly again in the season?
I don't know if they play Philly again.
How disrespectful would that be?
That was what I was hoping for. Because he was saying, I want to return for the Philly game. So imagine he pulls up from half court.
On the logo.
On the logo. Nails it first possession of the game.
He hits it on the logo, and then he literally sits there, hits a 3 on the logo, does the swish on his shoes, and then just keeps on moving, dude. That'd be sick.
I want him to be the best shooter in the world when he comes back. That would be, because if he's the best, if he's a good shooter, he's a top 15 player.
Yeah.
To me, if he's a good shooter, because he does everything else right. He's a great passer, he's a great defender, he is athletic, and he just can't. He's just not aggressive.
It's also,
he can finish too, though. He can finish at the rim.
He's a hell of a talent, but I think it goes back to what we've been saying this entire podcast, where it's these guys, they get so much negativity levied towards them that I think personally their play suffers as a result. Yeah. And then obviously internally in Philadelphia, guys weren't happy with him. So, I mean, that's going to degrade someone's play even further. But also, I will say on the other end of the coin, I heard that there was a report that came out that said some of his coaches and trainers came out and said that he was an absolute nightmare to work with.
Was this, where did you hear this from? Was this, I want to make sure.
My source?
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. No, I said it was definitely a verified account on Twitter.
Okay, I was gonna say because you probably know about Ball Sack Sports.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Ball
okay,
Sack
I was gonna
Sports.
say because one of my friends got sacked the other day. I mean, we've all been sacked. It's happened.
I've gotten sacked.
Yeah, I've gotten sacked a few times.
I've gotten sacked. I forget what it was, but it was LeBron is retiring, I think.
Yeah,
or some along those lines.
I fell for this one first too, and my friend fell for the same one. It was the one where he said, Kyrie was getting the best of James Harden in the 1v1s, and they were calling him names or whatever. And then I just bro.
Sometimes, but after the fact, though, you always, after you've been sacked, you get a little bit, I got a little bit mad.
I got better too. I was never mad. I was just damn. And
Yeah. I got bamboozled. Yeah. But then after, you kind of learn to appreciate the sacks for what they are.
I always did, because I thought it was hilarious when it was happening, because my favorite thing is that these networks are getting ESPN's get sacked live on air. They wrote them into it, and everyone's just bro, you just got sacked on live television. That's just
crazy.
I love it. I think it's so funny.
The latest interaction I saw they had was with Barstool Sports. I almost said
Barstool got sacked.
Yeah, they did because it was. You know what it was? It was the Pat Mahomes thing. Where it was Pat Mahomes is questioning his marriage or something like that. And Barstool Sports totally took it and ran. Oh. And they got ball sacked.
They got sacked.
They got sacked, excuse me.
They get everybody. I love it. Shout out to Ball Sack Sports. We love you.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe from getting sacked.
Guys, live game update. Boston is up by 8. Denver, 32-40.
32-40.
Inside. I don't have it full screen, so I have to see who that was.
Oh, by the way, we are watching this legally. We paid for this game. Wink, wink.
No, we're not, dude.
Wink, wink.
No, we are.
Yeah, wink, wink.
This is Altitude Sports. I totally pay for that on my computer, dude. What are you talking about? Jason Tatum brings the ball up the court. He's switched on. Out to the corner. Is that Tice?
I think it's Tice.
Yeah, I forgot Tice is back on Boston.
Yeah, that's Horford that shot there. Right? I couldn't tell from here. No, that's not Horford.
No, that's not. I think that's Rob Williams.
The Time Lord took that shot?
Is that number 12, right?
This could be bad. Hold on. I think no, he's not number 12. Number 12. I'm not good with NBA numbers, I should mention.
I like to think that I'm knowledgeable.
Oh, it was Grant Williams.
Grant Williams. I'm so stupid.
Actually, this is an anti-shout out. Tennessee, because he went to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee, what are you doing? What? That's another bracket thing. They lost yesterday. And
Kentucky, what are you doing?
Kentucky, that was cool. Shout out to St. Peter's. That's awesome. Even though
but Kentucky, what are you doing?
Yeah, Kentucky,
you know
what are you doing, Kentucky?
Shout out to St. Peter's. Shout out to I don't know if Richmond's still in there, but Richmond.
I think they lost.
Okay, but still shout out to Richmond for what they did.
Yeah.
Shout out to Duke.
I had not anti-shout out to Duke. I'm a
Anti-shout out to Duke?
I'm a Tar Heel fan. So,
okay.
That's the rivalry there.
Dude, so you must be tight that was it TCU? No, not TCU. It was
UNC.
BYU. No, not BYU. Who was it that fell Duke? Excuse me, not Duke. UNC.
Oh, UNC won.
UNC.
They're in Sweet 16. They
almost dropped the 25-point.
Yeah, they almost blew it. I'm not as diehard as I used to be because I'm at Iona now, and like that's my school.
Right.
And that was kind of funny when they played against each other in the tournament like a few years ago.
Were you must have been extremely.
I was just like, at first I was like, what do I do? And I'm like, well, wait, I think this is kind of obvious. I attend one school, the other school I don't attend, so I got to root for the one that I attend.
Interesting. Okay.
But I don't know.
I have my in-conference school, obviously that's Iona, and then my out-of-conference school, Colorado State.
State.
I'm also a Maccabi Tel Aviv super fan.
I'm a big Copp and State guy. I know what to tell you.
I'm a big UNCC Golden Retrievers fan.
Yes, the UMBC. Those are the Ramblers. I forget the Golden Retrievers. That's got to be a college name somewhere.
There's somewhere.
Murray State's the Racers. Like that's got to be something.
Sick,
you got the Providence Friars. His college names are great.
I don't really. I haven't hitched my wagon to a college team like that.
I mean, like,
I'm much more so of an NBA guy. I like watching the NBA.
Well, I do too. I prefer the NBA over college. March Madness is March Madness. That's always fun.
That's an anomaly, I feel like.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what I want to talk about though? I want to talk about like.
Bring this topic up, Danny. Yeah, go ahead.
This has nothing to do with the NBA. I want to talk about us playing.
Clear out the offense.
Yeah. I want to talk about us playing.
Or clear the defense. Yeah. Well, what do you want to talk about?
Yes, I think it's kind of fun, like because I think this semester mainly, like we've
really been balling.
We've been playing. I'd say a decent amount. We're both pretty busy individuals. We both got a lot going on, but we do find the time for it. We do find the time to.
It's definitely like peaceful for me.
Yeah, it's my one of my stress relievers.
We've played more in this semester than I think ever combined in any other semester of this school year, or not even school year, but just like our tenure here at school.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, last year was impossible. I think like last year was hard because
with the vid,
with the vid, with Smovid,
big Bovid,
the COVID, Omicron. I don't know. There's
just so many different DLCs released for this thing, bro.
This next one's gonna be ridiculous whenever that one comes out.
There was one floating around where people were losing their eyesight.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and I was just like, why even bother going outside?
Yeah.
Like before, I was like, all right, maybe I'll go. No.
Like I'm fine. Like
I'm cool with my eyesight. Thank you very much.
I'm cool with my eyesight. Taste, I don't. Losing taste, I feel like that's an upgrade.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
If let's say, because I'm trying. First, I should say too, I'm trying to eat healthier, but that some of those healthy foods stink. Like I'm eating salads. Like I'm trying to eat more salads because I'm trying to be healthier, but salads stink. Like because think about it, because you'd want to have a burger because it tastes good.
Yeah.
Like if you're,
I'm really trying to follow you here, Danny. Go ahead.
If I can't taste, there's no reason for me to eat all of these junk foods. Like I can't have like chocolate or like ice cream or whatever. Like without taste buds, I could just be a health machine and just chow down on like spinach for like 24 hours.
Oh, when I caught COVID, you're definitely right. It's fantastic for losing weight because I shed off about 8-9 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I gained weight.
During COVID?
Yeah.
Or when you lost your taste?
No, I didn't lose my taste. I just had like the sniffles or whatever.
Oh, but you just stayed in and ate?
Well, I couldn't do anything, like, because
obviously, yeah.
Like when I had COVID, I got shipped down to my basement, which was fine because I had it during Christmas. So like during Christmas Day, I I went up, like socially distanced myself with my family to get like my presents or whatever, and like exchange gifts and whatnot, and like we watched Mass like from home because we were quarantined.
Right.
And then right from there, I just went downstairs, 5 NBA games. Like 12 hours. It was great. It was awesome. And
you don't really be working out, right? Like not to like throw a shot at you or anything, but
not lifting. The shit's too heavy. Weights are too heavy.
Yeah,
so,
you do. Well, I was gonna say you told me that, so I don't think that's calling you out for
I
anything.
run. I ran cross country in high school. I wasn't that good, but I ran cross country in high school. So I feel I like to run. I also do core. I do core workouts and stuff. And no, I don't have a 6-pack. I have. Yeah, there's just nothing there. It's just the stomach.
I got the stomach pack.
It's just the stomach pack.
But, I will say, though, a testament to Danny's athleticism, getting back to how we play, is you will drop someone off. That's kind of the reason I have you, and we told this story on ADHD already, but the reason I have you down as Danny, parentheses, buckets reordered in my phone is because you quite literally, I saw you light fire with the guy that was guarding you, and then you'll be the type to do that and then just go and grab, like, I remember we played one night for like 2-3 hours, and we had just gotten some solid like 5-on-5 runs in, and then Danny just goes, yeah, all right, well, I'm going to go I feel like some chicken and waffles. I'm just going to go running around that. I was like, dude, what an anomaly. Because like, Danny, again, we've covered this all pretty much on ADHD, but you're very good at basketball.
I wouldn't say very good, but
you're athletic, and you could shoot. You know how to use you're like Luka.
You're
white.
Wow.
You could use your strength, but you're also skillful and tactful. You got a good 3 on you. And yeah, when it comes down to getting into the low post, you know how to use your skill set.
Well, I'd say that's a top 5 compliment I've ever gotten.
I mean, obviously, not to shit on you, but you're not anywhere near the level that he is at basketball.
Yes, that's obvious.
If I had to equate you to a basketball player, I'd say it'd be Luka.
Thank you. My friends always tell me I'm Pascal Siakam because I do that. I just do that fucking spin move.
You do. I remember making that comment for sure. Yeah, he was just Pascaling the last time we were playing.
Yeah, I mean it's fun to spin, but like I love you, Pascal. It's nothing against you. I just don't think I play like you. But best comment I ever got was I was told I looked like Peter Parker.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like the Tom Holland Peter Parker from by like a third. I was like doing I was like tutoring kids.
Yeah. Well, the kids they're not gonna bullshit you.
Yeah, like there's like
you keep it real.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the best thing about kids. Like kids, like they don't have a filter. Like if something comes to their mind, it's coming right out, and you're just like, oh, like whether it's good or not.
Yeah, yeah. So I could see you playing definitely a not Superman, a Spider-Man for sure. I think personally.
Nah, I can't do that. Nah, he's that's too much. That's too legendary. Right?
Am I being too wholesome right now? Am I bigging up my friends too much?
No, you're not. Like I mean,
again, I wouldn't bullshit you.
I appreciate it. Like I'm not saying like I don't know. I just like
you have that Peter Parker type of personality.
Oh, thank you. I thank you. But
not a bad looking guy by any stretch of the imagination. I think you're a good looking kid, and I think if I saw you in a Spider-Man movie we never met, I wouldn't be like, this kid's out of place in the role.
Wow.
You want to go out sometime? Like that? It sounds like I'm trying to pick you up right now.
Yeah, it sounds like a pickup line. It sounds like a date more than a podcast.
And the thing is, too, it's like I can talk like this with guys, but with girls, like I went in. There's this. I guess I'll tell this story.
Yeah,
and we'll get back to basketball. But I was trying to like rizz up this girl at the gas station near the place I work at, and dude, I could do this with my guy friends and all that stuff. When it comes to girls, I think I asked her. I was like, you look familiar. What school do you go to? And that would have worked if I would talk to her, for anything more than like 3 days. But of course, I talked to her for only 3 days, so she was totally creeped out. And I was like, I'll see myself out. Bagged up my food and left. I'm very awkward to ladies, especially. I just went down. We were grabbing waters before the show, and I did the classic like open the door. I told you about this before we recorded, Danny. I did the classic open the door and then key card drop and then try to grab it on the ground and then held the door for them, and they were like, thank you. And I was like, thanks.
No, I hate that because I hate that kind of stuff too. Because like I mess up a lot. Like I am clumsy. I will trip over myself. I will drop things or whatever. But I feel like it's magnified when like I don't know. I guess when like certain people are watching, you're just like it just makes it like, oh my god, what I did this in front of this person, or like,
especially if the girl is like really attractive.
Yeah, or like, I mean, I don't know. Like I mean, because it never happens around. Let's say this goes for like my close friends too. Like I feel like it's never happening around random people, which I don't know if is better or worse. But like it's
your friends will give you more shit for it.
Yeah, your friends will roast you for it. Like I'll like trip over like the amount of times I've tripped on like my slides or whatever. Like
That's just bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, exactly. My friends would be like, "Oh, learn to walk, Danny." I'm just like, I can't say anything. I'm just like,
they do be roasting and toasting you.
I mean, it's kind of warranted sometimes.
I don't ever want to hear you say that again, Dan.
Sometimes it is.
I don't ever want to hear you say that again. No, dude. I mean, I think it's like healthy razzing with guys is good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like it's because it's all in good fun. Like obviously, like I'm not gonna take it personally. I'm not Jordan. I'm not gonna take it personally and just drop 56.
What's the highest you've ever dropped in a? Just getting back to what's the highest you've ever dropped
in
anywhere and like playing casually pick up?
I guess in like rec, I think I scored like 20 something points, but all of my points were like because like there's a kid because rec like it's kids that like know how to play. Then there's kids that never picked up a basketball in their life.
Mm-hmm.
There's on the court, there was a lot of kids that just never picked up a basketball.
Right.
And my friend realized that. Actually, I got a triple-double. That was probably my best performance. This is when I got my triple-double. Because one of my friends would just cherry pick every time, and I got the rebound. And like the kid that was guarding him was like, just never played basketball, doesn't understand it. So I just baseball pass it every single time, and I got like 12 assists doing that.
Baseball pass.
Yeah, like it was just baseball pass. I'm not throwing heaters. I'm throwing like I guess football.
Yeah,
football passes. But most I think I've ever scored. I think I scored 25 once in rec, and we lost.
He's like, I finally understand what it means to be Damian Lillard.
Except I was the thing was in that league. That year. It was my last year of rec, and I was drafted in the second round. And I was the biggest bust of the entire draft.
How are you drafted in the second round? You're still a bust.
Because everyone else that was drafted had me as bad. I should not have been picked in the second round.
Wait, so you were a bust or were they a bust?
I was a bust.
But everyone in front of you sucked?
No, everyone in front of me played great.
Oh.
Everyone in front of me played great.
Okay.
Everyone the next 4 picks were great.
Right.
And then the rest of them were just it was what it was. But I was a bust. I didn't play well.
I didn't even know that Rex had a draft system.
Well, in my it was not. It's not like the rec center. It was like the dad's coaching or
the
whatever.
Jordan Rec Center. You playing 2K?
No, it's playing that What's it called again? The wager one where in 2K the wagers. What's the wager system?
Oh, the
ante up.
Ante up.
I'm losing mad VC on that. No,
that's when the real sweats come out. I didn't even come close.
No, I
to
never
playing
did
on
that.
there.
I haven't played since 2K20. So apparently the new ones I don't know. But we would run rec center, and we would get destroyed routinely by all these teams. What was your career high? What do you remember? What do you remember? I guess
never played in high school.
You never played in high school. That's fine. I rode the bench for 2 years. That's fine.
Played in middle school. Was an absolute phenom. Cherry picking. Scored me about 4 points a game.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's consistency.
But now I'd say a career high I average was maybe 10 to 12 points, and we were that's at that park that we went to when it was really maybe we'll start going there now.
Yeah.
Because it's getting warmer outside. But that park, and I'm going to be honest, the competition there isn't really that good.
Yeah. Actually, there was that one time. Remember?
I remember that time.
Yeah, I'll let you tell it. Cause,
you want to tell the story about how we got our ass busted by some 13-year-olds?
There's 14 and 16. But,
okay, fair enough. 14 and 16. But
that, first of all, that family, they're awesome. The dad
fantastic.
Their dad is awesome. The kids they're being raised fantastically.
Yeah. They were super respectful.
Yeah, they were so respectful. They were because you, especially at 14 years old, that's the prime age of disrespect.
Yeah.
That is you have no filter.
Right.
You can say what you want.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, you know enough dirty stuff and mean things.
Dirty tactics.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. We're both doing it. I mean, we both have booming voices, but go ahead.
But all that stuff, that dirty stuff, that dirty nonsense that I'm not going to get into.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But in insults and stuff.
When you're 14, dicks are hilarious, vaginas are hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
All that stupid stuff.
Exactly. So you're gonna say whatever comes to mind without the remorse that you get from insulting that person.
Because you don't have ramifications because you're 14.
Exactly. So if I were to say to some random person, hey, you yada yada yada. Like if you, I'm not gonna use profanity, but like if I say, hey, like fuck you, I just use profanity. But I say like, hey, like fuck you, you suck at what you do to like a random person. I'm gonna feel bad about it because I should like, why did I do that?
Right.
But like if like a 14-year-old or whatever says that, they're gonna start laughing with their friends.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the people in my life, they'd be like, what the heck was that for, Danny? And I'd be like,
but if you were 14, your friends would be like, dude, you're so like
cool. You're so funny. Like exactly.
You'd be rewarded socially for it.
So the fact that kid was 14 or 15 years old, and like
just
was
an
just
absolute gem,
like
especially to his brother too.
Yeah, his brother. Yeah, like their brother. Like just at that point again, like
the only thing that existed there was healthy competitiveness.
Yeah, exactly. Like my brothers and I, we'd like at that age we'd fight.
Yeah.
And obviously, I love my family and like.
Obviously, I mean, that goes without saying with any family.
Yeah,
but like, dude, I remember the kid got hacked. They were playing like a one-on-one when we got there, and the kid hacked the other kid. He's like, "You want that foul?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, it's just
like dude, what?
Yeah, like that's stuff that like I would say to you or whatever.
Yeah,
like
and I take it a step further, dude. We play in the gym here at Iona, and like grown men argue over calls like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and like if you're playing like I guess I had two brothers growing up, one older, one younger. So like whenever like one of us would get fouled, like I'd be like, "Oh, it's a foul." They go, "No, it wasn't." I was like, "Yeah, it was." We'd argue about it, and then like the game would end in an argument. We wouldn't even finish the game because I'd just be so mad, and he'd be so mad.
Right? Yeah, and these kids were just to your point, like very well raised, super duper nice, and really skilled at the game of basketball.
Yeah, they were both good.
We were both sides. So you're 6'2", I'm 6 foot, and they were just. The
one kid was like 5'10", 5'11".
Okay, yeah.
And then the other kid was short.
Maybe I'm just making this. Maybe I'm looking at making us look bad so people could laugh at us and get some entertainment.
No, it's true. Like they were definitely
good. It definitely felt like I should have been more angry, but they were so nice to us as they pieced us. What did they give us? Was it like 15? What was the final score?
Yeah. Well, I think we won, but like they gave us like because
we won one of them. We lost the other one. I know.
Yeah, but like it's again because we're bigger, we're like filled out, we're
stronger,
we're stronger. Like it's just
like I don't bench 225 to get dropped off by a 14-year-old.
Exactly.
What are you talking about, man?
And I don't bench 120 period. But but what's it called? But we're grown, like we're young adults, we're men. They're still like growing.
Right.
Like if I guess let's say I'll put it this way: pound for pound, they destroy us. They would. Like if we're all the same weight, like
it would have been a much different result.
I think they would have killed us because they were good. But no, like it was fun though, and like the dad was like telling us like, oh, like play them hard, like play them hard.
He pulled us aside and he was like, hey, listen, brings us in nice and close and goes, hey, I know they're 14 and 16, but don't you dare not play them tough. Okay, these kids need to know. And I was like, absolutely, sir.
I mean, I still felt bad doing it though. I mean, I didn't want to post up bully ball like.
No, you did though. You did.
Yeah, he told me to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, you're helping the kids out. And it's not exactly like they're, in the long run, it's going to help them. Yeah, and absolutely. That kid, like the thing I like the most about the kid, and we'll get into the game in a second, how we played. But like the thing I liked about the most about specifically one of the kids. And I could tell that it was the kid that had, I think, colleges looking at him.
Or I think it was colleges looking at. I think he was applying to colleges because like he wanted to go to UTampa.
Oh yeah, maybe it was that kid, but he had some sort of a drive to make it to the NBA, and he pulls me aside and he goes, "Hey man, can you help me? Can you rebound for me?" This is when you were talking to the dad and the younger one. I think it was the younger one or the older one.
I think I was talking to the older one.
And the younger one was 14,
the younger one that went with you.
Yeah, and I was rebounding for the kid, and he's like, hey, like, I really appreciate this. I'm just trying to get better. I'm the most undersized kid on my team, and, like, that's why I'm out here getting that work. And I was like, dude, that's what you got to do. Because I said it was a kind of a cold night at that point.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like October or something like
that. Yeah, so it was getting chilly. It got chillier as the night progressed. I said, dude, you have this mentality, you're going to be fine. With the skill set you have, no other kid right now is practicing out on a chilly night, I guarantee. So I really enjoyed the way the dad kind of instilled in his kids, it just seems like, and I know his dad was military, right?
Yeah, well, his dad, military dad.
I got a very like big sense of the fact that he was military. So I mean, that was fantastic. And I don't know if we got our ass busted by any 14 and 16-year-old. I'd rather it be that.
That's fine. And at the end of the day, too, like even like so.
But like, dude, if it was a kid like a 14, 16-year-old that were just eating Cheetos and then casually like shot it from half and weren't even trying, like these kids were trying.
Yeah, they were trying. And like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not one anymore that'll get like visibly. I mean, I don't know. I guess correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I won't get visibly mad.
I've never seen you get visibly mad on the court.
I used to get mad very easily on the court, but I've since calmed down because like at the end of the day, like I'm not practicing for anything. Like,
right.
I'm just playing for fun.
Yeah.
But even so, like even like I feel like even like if at the times when I was getting upset or whatever, I agree. I feel like I wouldn't be mad because like they're good kids, like they're just playing hard. They're good people. And they're whatever it is that they do, whether they go play sports or just go out and work, whatever it is that they do, I think they're going to be very successful. Yeah.
I think that was the kind of the sentiment we both brought from it. I was definitely, I feel like I should have gotten a little bit more, pissed off. But again, something about it just seemed like these kids they had maturity beyond their age. So it almost felt like we lost to
it felt like
college prospects
exactly.
And not 14 and 16-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I know, I hope to see them again, but I never told my friends because my friend's at Tampa, and I told them, I'll tell my friend about it, like I'll get you connected with them. Never did that, forgot to.
Yeah.
So my bad if you're watching this, my fault.
Yeah, if you shout out to you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna name drop them because like it's out of respect.
Yeah.
I also forgot their names.
No, I did too. I completely forgot everyone in that situation's names. But that's a night that you're never going to forget.
Yeah, exactly.
For me personally.
Yeah, like I've never. That's something I won't. I feel like that's going to be at least in the back of my mind for forever.
Oh, absolutely. You know what we should do? We should do a video, not even a skit, but just like a one-on-one. Because we always play one-on-one anyways. Yeah. You'd probably beat me, but maybe I'll get a few buckets in there, make it sort of interesting, entertaining, put some sort of a wager on the line.
I mean, camera's off. I'm dunking like flight. So,
have you ever actually dunked?
No.
I
mean, there's I'll probably send this to you. I'll put this video on the public. I don't care.
Put yourself on blast. I mean, we already said that we lost a 14 and a 16-year-old.
So I think this was freshman year. This was my freshman year of college, and you know how the courts are in Mulcahy. I think this Mulcahy gym, right?
Yep. The like actual team.
Like no, like the Heinz Center, like where we play. Where we play. One of the rims was like bent like down like that much, and I was just like, I went with shout out to Steve. He's since graduated. He was with me, and like I was just like, Steve, I'm gonna try to dunk because I think I can do it because the rim's bent down like a foot or whatever. So I was like, gave him my phone. I said, Steve, start recording me. I'm going to try to dunk. Brick.
Razor?
No. I couldn't do it. And the last one, I got like rib stuffed and like nearly fell backwards.
Oh.
And I'll show you after.
Yeah, and then if you want to send it to me, I could put it up.
Yeah, because I will. It's funny. I think it's kind of funny. But I will put myself fully blast on that because dude,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like I can't dunk. Like Well,
I mean, it is something to be said. You are 6'2" and can't dunk, so that's maybe a problem. But at the same time, you're good at basketball anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I wouldn't call myself good, but like I would.
I'd call you good. I'd say that like maybe it's just because I'm not good, but.
Well, you're better. You're not as good as you. I'm not like you're better than you give yourself credit for. Is the way I'll put it.
Maybe it's for both of us then.
I wouldn't say that about myself, but I'd say for you, you're better than you give yourself credit.
Well, listen, why don't we put it all on the line? We'll record it, and we'll let the people be the judge.
We'll let the people be the judge. I mean, now I'm nervous because I'm not. I mean, I don't care about the outcome of the game. We're just playing basketball, but like, I don't know. Like, cameras on. Like, that's like prime time right there. You know.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, I wanted to for the JCP or the JCS. I wanted to box my co-host. And play him in a basketball game. A lot of people thought he'd win, which is probably the case because Nigel's pretty good at basketball.
Yeah. No, I think I've seen Nigel. I think I've seen him like when we did the skit, like he was shooting around, like he was making shots.
Yeah, he's got a nice form.
Yeah, like I think I'd feel like Nigel would be good.
And then we remember that Kyle was there.
I know Kyle. I think I've played with Kyle.
Kyle's ridiculous.
Kyle's good.
Kyle's ridiculous.
He's just an athletic kid.
Yeah, he is. He's one of those guys that's just an all around athlete.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get out of here, can we talk about the fact that there's been this like scoring surge? Because I watched a video on it today. Not to make a horrific transition, but I know Sadiq Bey scored like
50
50. You know, Kyrie had like a 60 bomb.
Shout out to the Jersey boys, Kat and Kyrie, both from Jersey.
Yeah, all these
Back-to-back
guys,
nights.
man.
I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know like where that came from. Like Bronze had 50 twice.
Right. Yeah. The only reason I bring this up is because I feel bad. I feel like I want to Christmas wrap this with us talking about basketball.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
we've been pretty much talking about basketball the entire time. But
I mean, a little bit in the middle, we talked about COVID, but like I don't.
Yeah.
And conversation goes where conversation goes. I feel like we bounced around a lot, but that's I love that part. Like,
oh, absolutely. Do you think, real quick though, do you think it's, just talking about the scoring surplus that's been happening at the moment, do you think it's more so just because people are getting, because you remember that at the beginning of the season there was kind of that, obviously there was the rule change in the way that, or the change in the way that I should say that the refs kind of officiated, and then that, I guess you could say it through the guys that relied heavily on getting to the line off their game for a little bit. Do you think this is them just kind of getting used to the new rule set, or do you think it's maybe that the refs have kind of relaxed a little bit with their rules? I mean, like, what do you think it is?
I would say because the guys that have been scoring 50 haven't. Like Kyrie doesn't rely on that.
Kyrie doesn't.
Karl-Anthony Towns doesn't. Durant doesn't. LeBron doesn't, but that has it anyway.
Matter of fact, I'd go so far as to say he's not the best at the free throw line.
He's not. So if anything, it hurts him.
Yeah.
But shout out to Bron though. You're awesome. But
the goat.
The second goat. Jordan Still.
Oh, for sure.
I digress. But I feel like the guys that are scoring like all these scores, like I think you say like Sadiq Bey. I don't think Sadiq Bey is getting these calls. No disrespect to Sadiq Bey. He's just
it's a star-centric league.
Yeah, it is. And but the guys that are scoring 50 don't really. I don't think they rely on it. Like Kyrie could have put. It's. I don't know. I don't know why it's happening. I love that it's happening because I love seeing like these great performances from like all these all-time players. Sadiq Bey, you're gonna get there.
How young is Sadiq Bey?
I think he's like early 20s. Like I think he's
okay.
I think he's like.
Because I have two sides of my brain. It's the casual NBA fan and a little bit more seasoned NBA fan. My casual brain said that Sadiq Bey is washed, but I also don't think that's the case.
He's 22.
All right, so he's not washed at all.
Yeah,
it was either that or he was a rising star. I couldn't remember.
He's averaging 16 a game this year, 5.8 rebounds.
Oh, he's on the come up. He plays for Detroit, right?
Yeah. Detroit's gonna be fun. They might end up with Chet and Cade, and that's terrifying.
The overtime squad.
Yes, it is. I love Chet though. Chet,
his face annoys me.
What? What's wrong with Chet?
Is that the guy that looks like a Stonehenge?
He's like 7'1".
Yeah, he looks like a Stonehenge. He looks like a Jack from the Fruit Loops.
Yeah, but
listen, hell of a basketball player. If we get him on the show,
yeah, I love to talk.
I'd say, I guess that I said this to his face because what else are you gonna do? Yeah. But he does. In my personal opinion, look like Jack from the whatever it is box cereal. I can't remember what cereal that was. Cinnamon Toast. Nope.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks. There you go.
That's like he looks like. What does he look like? The apple or the cinnamon?
That looks like Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. Oh no, he looks like Ferb from Phineas and Ferb.
Apple Backs instead of Apple Jacks. Phineas and Ferb is goated too.
It's goated with the sauce.
Yes, it is. Applejack.
Do you see what I mean?
Well, I got a picture of the freaking drink. Applejack is a strong alcoholic drink produced from apples.
Apple Jacks is a cereal.
Yeah, I'm talking about the cereal, not the beverage. Come on,
the bev.
I can see it with the apple actually.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the cinnamon. No way, he doesn't look like the cinnamon. The Jack.
Oh, you think he looks like the apple? I think he looks like the cinnamon.
I think he's got
slim face ass.
I think he's got the face of the apple, but like the build of the cinnamon. Yeah.
Well, the entire cinnamon's face is just. Oh yeah.
That's just my opinion. I'm not.
No, I mean, listen, but like without cutting his ass too much, the guy's a hell of a basketball player.
He's awesome.
He's kind of like the demigod build in 2K.
Yeah, he's 7'1", can shoot from anywhere, create his own shot. Like it's not like he's just standing and pulling. He can dribble up the floor. He can like break you down if he's
super mobile.
If he can stay healthy. That is, I'm not even saying putting on weight. I don't think he needs to put on that much weight, honestly.
Maybe once we got to see once he gets to the NBA because.
Well, but I mean, there's skinny dudes that are killing it everywhere, like Kevin Durant, for example. Like Kevin Durant, KD is really skinny. Brandon Ingram was pretty skinny for a bit, but they're both killers.
That's true.
And so I don't think that Kristaps Porzingis. But the problem with Porzingis is he's doesn't stay healthy all the time. But if he can stay healthy, I think that's gonna be fun. Like he's gonna be a treat to watch for years and years to come if he can just stay healthy.
Yeah, especially on a team like Detroit. That's what I like about these promising young guys. If you want to look at kind of the silver lining to an otherwise terrible situation for them, is that they get to kind of shine more so than if they go to, like, what? If Chet went to, I don't know, Brooklyn?
Yeah, we'd be like the fourth. He wouldn't be able to develop.
You know what I'm saying? So you get to see more of these guys.
Yeah, I do have a question, actually. So who do you think, because we talk about all these teams that are in good situations and stuff like that. This is a completely different topic.
Are or aren't?
That are are. Whether they're in the playoff picture or not. Like
Right.
Detroit, they stink, but they're young. They're developing more.
Right.
Who do you say is in the worst situation
In the entire NBA.
in the entire NBA? Who is in the worst spot?
Can't really say that about Washington. They were for a little bit. For a while.
Yeah.
For a while. The Rockets are in a real tough spot.
Yeah, I don't think they have many picks, but like they got
Yeah.
Jalen Green. Although Alfred Sengun is a beast.
He is.
He's a beast.
He is. Is that the white guy with a clip on the team?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he's
he
good.
trained with Steph Curry?
I don't know if he trained with Steph Curry.
There was a white guy on that team with a clip that trained with Steph Curry.
There is a guy. He's like a center.
Oh, so then it maybe I don't think we're thinking of the
Are
same
you talking
guy.
about Garrison Matthews? Maybe.
Maybe.
Garrison Matthews did not. He had a stretch where he was just
Rockets
going nuts.
Player trained with. I'll get back to your question in a second here. Steph. Oh, the internet's down. Curse this building. Curse Iona Wi-Fi, man. No, but listen. The Rockets have options, I guess. Right. But I don't think Steven Silas has really panned out. You look at his record as head coach, it's something abysmal, like 17-45.
I mean, granted, he's had to deal with Harden requesting a trade.
That's true. That is true. He's gone through stuff.
He's gone through it like a young team rebuilding.
But you look at guys too, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good example of a coach that really did a lot with, or guys that can do a lot with not a lot. I guess a good example would be Rick Pitino with Iona. Not to throw shade at Iona, but you go you go from like playing Louisville to
this,
or you go from coaching Louisville to this. I mean, to still do what he's done is
yeah. I mean, this year is a no bueno though.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Shout out to St. Peter's, but
but
now we love Iona basketball though.
We do. I don't know. I think the Rockets got to be in that conversation.
I'd say the Lakers got to be.
The Lakers got to definitely be in that conversation. I think the Lakers, because you know what? The Rockets have less of an identity, in my personal opinion, but the Lakers' identity is really horrific right now, and it's only being, like, it goes back to what we were talking about with the Russell Westbrook talk that we were having earlier, is like they're under such a spotlight that it's just almost like a perpetual
like just
loop of sadness. Yeah.
I would say too, Portland.
They have a really undersized squad. Dame's out at the moment.
Yeah, Dame's out, and they traded when they first made these trades that they were making, like trading CJ McCollum, whatever, trading Norman Powell for a box of cookies and whatever. Like they would. I thought like, okay, they're finally blow up button, nuke the team, reset, we'll see what we can do. No, they decided to create cap space to try to drive in free agents and make trades or whatever.
To a place that, like, it's Portland. Dude.
Yeah, it's Portland.
Nothing to be a dick, but
nothing against Portland, but like
it's not in LA, it's not in New York, it's not.
Yeah, it's not like a major market. Like I guess like the sales pitches that you get to play with Dame, which is like that'd be awesome, but like why wouldn't like a big market team be like, hey Dame, let's come here. Come to Dallas.
He doesn't run from the grind.
He doesn't run from the grind. So I guess Dame's like, nah, you're coming here. But I don't think
that's strong enough of a sales pitch, though.
Yeah.
You think about other places, like LA says, okay, you could play with LeBron and live in LA.
That's not going too hot right now. Like,
No, I'm just saying, like, use an example.
Yeah.
Like, there's other geographical areas where you can use said area as
you can play
as leverage.
You can play in Miami, for example.
Right.
You can play in Miami because they got.
You would play with Jimmy Butler.
You play with Jimmy Butler. There's a good culture there.
PJ Tucker's a dog.
Yeah, PJ Tucker. You got Bam Adebayo.
They have a nice little squad there.
And
that's a better example.
The biggest thing is that there's no state income tax, so you're gonna make more money off the max.
Right.
And
There's all these other things that play into it. That Portland,
and you're in South Beach, like you're in Miami, like that's such a good location.
Oh,
like,
for sure, just for going out, having a life.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even say going out, obviously, but like I would say like it's always warm down there. Like, you're not gonna.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like it's Miami.
It's much more livable. Portland is personally I've never been, so I don't want to slander it too much, but doesn't exactly seem like the best place.
Well, yeah, I mean I've never been there either. I've been to the Northwest. I've been to Seattle. Seattle's pretty cool.
Seattle's pretty cool,
but I've never been to Portland.
What I will say too is that take for instance a place like Milwaukee, where it can get cold, but it'd be different if like Portland was actually winning.
Yeah, like the Bucks are just coming off a championship,
right? So there's that extra added bit of, and then you get to play with Giannis.
Yeah, you get
Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
I'd say. I mean, Milwaukee. I want to go there so bad. Milwaukee seems like I want to go to a Bucks game or whatever. Like that seems like a lot of fun.
We should go to a game.
I mean, how expensive are Knicks tickets right now?
I don't know, dude.
And I know like Mets tickets are like 60% off right now. I'm just like, I'm not even a Mets fan, but that's $6 baseball games. Like that could be fun.
That's a vibe. Baseball games are a vibe.
Baseball games are a vibe.
People. But yeah, dude, we should try to see if we can go to a game.
Yeah, I'd love to
vlog it or something.
Yeah, I mean we got like 10 games left to work with ish.
Wow, man.
Yeah, the playoffs are coming up.
Season flies by.
Yeah.
We'll have to do something. We could maybe see about doing something live for the playoffs.
I'm down. Whatever you want to do.
Did you want to? Is there anything else you want to get into? You want to wrap it up there? Or?
This is your show. You do what you want.
Dude, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
Gee, dude, that's fun though.
I think it's good. We call it there for now.
Yeah, we'll call it.
So this has been episode 58 of Spreading the Floor. Guys, if you liked what you saw, please subscribe, leave a like, comment what you liked, what you didn't like, give us some feedback. Danny, thank you so much. Definitely going to have you on next episode, dude. I think this needs to be a regular occurrence for sure. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. Of course. I've had a blast.
Of course. See you guys in the next one.
Take care.